Randal was a young man who had been diagnosed with schizophrenia a few years ago. His battle with his mind began as a child. Soon after, he started hearing voices, and the voices in his head never went away. The voices were always there, taunting him, telling him that he was worthless and that he should just give up. They would wake him up in the middle of the night, screaming at him. He tried to ignore them, but it was impossible. They were always there, taunting him and tormenting him. The only thing that could console Randal was sleep. When he was asleep, the voices were gone. He could finally be at peace. But sleep was a precious commodity, and it was hard to come by. The voices would often keep him awake for days on end. Randal was exhausted. He was tired of fighting. He was tired of the voices. He was tired of being afraid. He just wanted to be normal. But he knew that would never happen. He had schizophrenia, and it was part of his life now. He would have to learn to live with it, and he would have to find a way to cope with the voices. One day, Randal was talking to his therapist about the voices. He told them how they was always there and how they was making his life a living hell. The therapist listened patiently, and then he said, "Randal, you have to understand that the voices are not real. They're just a product of your illness. They can't hurt you." Randal didn't believe him at first. He had been hearing the voices for so long, and they had hurt him so much. But the therapist was patient, and he kept talking to him. He told him about other people with schizophrenia and how they had learned to cope with the voices. And slowly but surely, Randal started to believe in his therapist. He started to realize that the voices were not real after all, and they couldn't hurt him. He started to feel a little bit better. It wasn't easy, but Randal eventually learned to live with his schizophrenia. He learned to ignore the voices, and he learned to focus on the positive things in his life. He got a new job. He made friends, and he started to feel like himself again. Randal's story is a reminder to people with mental illness that they can live full and productive lives. With the right support, people with schizophrenia can achieve their goals and dreams. One day, Randal was reading the Bible, and he came across this passage. "And I am sure of this, that he began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ." Philippians chapter 1, verse 6. And suddenly Randal was filled with hope and joy about his future. He knew that God wouldn't give up on him and that he was safe. Randal continued to struggle with his schizophrenia, but he never gave up hope. He knew that God was with him and that he would help him through whatever he faced. Randal's story is a reminder that God is always with us, even in the darkest of times. He will never give up on us, and he will always help us to overcome our challenges. I'm Reverend Said. Please join me for daily prayer, Bible study, and spiritual inspiration. And if you ain't did it already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment on any video on this channel. And until the next time, y'all stay blessed.